How you doing, everybody? Randy Richard in the shop, and today we're going to take a look at my tumbler, shaker, whatever you want to call it, but it works. It works good. Let's take a look at it. Well, you guys, this is it. I do all sorts of stuff in it, and this is very inexpensively built. And almost cost me nothing. Turn it around a little bit. I have this is a 1725 RPM 3/4 horse motor. It's totally enclosed, has an external fan on it. It was my milling machine came with this motor on it, and I put the 2-horse 3-phase motor on it when I got the machine, and I took this one off. So nice, just a benefit there. This is a couple pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, and I built some shock absorbing mounts here. These are valve springs from a Honda engine, I think. These are some shock mounts. They're rubber and they're threaded, 1/2 inch, 13 nuts built into them. Just some old shock mounts from something, I don't know. Brought it all home off a ship or something years ago. I had 4 of them. So I have a bolt up through here, screwed this on, and then a stud screwed into the other end. And, well, I know actually they're bolts. I'm sorry, they're bolts about. So this whole distance here is, 5 inches. Down. There it is. You can see there's some room. 1/2 inch play. So there's 4 of those. And you can do this, right? This is just a 5-gallon bucket. Screwed all the way around the perimeter every couple inches. And in the middle, bunch of screws. So it's really secured down. Now it's got some little cracks in it from shaking. When I do dry shaking or tumbling, whatever you want to call it, like I've done a lot of brass with rouge, walnut rouge in here, but if I do dry, I just throw it in here and let her grip. Now what I do is I take this little plastic funnel and I screw it down in the middle to make a cone shape in the middle, and it causes a little bit more rotation of the material. It just rotates, so it rotates and spins the material. Then if I do liquid, like I did with this year's Scribes, here, this is just gravel off my driveway. That's all that is. Just 3/4 crush gravel. And I just set another bucket inside with water and let her rip. I put a lid on it. A lid helps hold the buckets firmer, so you get a little more imparted motion to the aggregate or whatever you're going to use inside. So, and it helps keep it a little quieter. It's not too bad for noise. And on the underneath side, this is the magic of it. See here. We'll zoom in and take a look at it, but underneath here, so I took a little V-pulley that's laying around. I drilled a hole in the center of it, and I put a 5/16. Looks like a 5/16 stud or bolt in there, and I loaded up a bunch of washers, and that just spins around. Now that's about 2 inches, 2.5 inches sticking out. And that spins around. Now, what that does, if you know your physics, it imparts a 90 degrees forces to that, and that causes this thing to shake, right? Anyway, so this thing shakes real well. And I run it for hours and hours. And I've had it for several years now, and it does a wonderful job. So here's a nice close-up of these shock mounts. So they're bolted firm on the bolt coming up through the bottom. And then this bolt is firm, of course, bolted tight in here. And then there's just play, so that this thing can move and shake around a lot. Then the pulley down here, this is about, this is a 2-inch V-belt pulley. I put an extra set screw in, and this side I have this 5/16 bolt all the way down and it bolts right into the shaft. So this is on here very secure. And then an extra nut here to help hold that in place. And I just threw a bunch of washers on there. I probably should make a solid piece for that. But this is more than enough weight to get the thing shaking really good. I tested out different amounts to get enough shake out of it. And that's it. Simple as that. And just bolted down to the face of the motor, just bolted straight to the board. I'm going to plug it in. Now, I don't have anything in it, and I was doing the aggregate, so I haven't put the funnel back in or anything. But I'm going to turn it on here, and I don't have a switch or nothing. I just plug it in. Bad. Usually it's about like that. When you have some weight in it, put that aggregate in. It will get rotating. Very slow, but it rotates around and it turns. If you throw some stuff in there, it will be turning. You can see how it's coming up and over. I have quite a bit of rock in there, so but having water helps also. And if you put a lid on this, a lot of shaking going on up here, but you can see how if you put a lid on it, it really gets it going. Better when you have a lid on it. Anyway, it's a little bit noisy. That's why I like to do it outside. But when you put a lid on it, it's still a lot quieter. And water in there, of course, makes it a lot quieter. But you can see as if I hold that tight a little bit, like a lid does, it really gets turning. Well, thanks you guys. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And that's my shaker. Works wonderful. Cheap, easy thing to build. I don't think that took me an hour to build, and it just works fantastic. Or tumbler, I'm not sure what you might call it, but it sure works good. And like I said, you can almost use anything as as a media. You'd be surprised. You don't have to buy real expensive stuff, and you can use all sorts of different stuff. So thanks you guys again. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.